morning, guys. A good, great morning to all who tuned into the realest thing coming out of Guyana, possibly the world, undisputably so. So this morning I'm heading up the East Coast, see what's going on up there, and I want to look across my beautiful country. In my head it says, not everything is perfect in this country. Everything is not perfect in Guyana, but the opposition that exists right now and the failed, who just acted as a failed government, are not the ones to speak to anything, and that makes it so much more dangerous for us. I think the president is doing extremely well. One could say the president is doing the best he can do. I think the president is going above and beyond for Guyana. But here was the funny thing. No matter who you are or what you do, you could go wrong. Right? These are huge sums of money we're talking about. We're talking about resources. We're talking about politics. There's so many factors playing in the president performances, his actions and so on. How do we keep them accountable? Now, the president himself is not what makes the world go around. That's the first thing, right? The president is managing and spearheading and leading ministers who then lead ministries, and all these people are independent to some. Look, you got them weed in the streets, job creation right away, right? You got the streets looking clean. You got them banner weed in the streets, and again, please, let's keep our city clean. Yeah, so the president is not a power to his own. The president looks over cabinet, right? And I'm telling you, mistakes can be made. Now we gotta get strong opposition to be accountable, right? What the opposition has continued to do is try to score petty points by creating misinformation, creating or trying to create division, which obviously is not working. You can see and know that that does not work, because you see the action of the opposition supporters. They fail to recognize even their own leadership, right? They don't realize there's a last cause. So where does that leave us as a people? Where does that leave the Guyanese? What should we do? What should we do? Now, what you have to do is play your part as a Ghanaian. By the way, yesterday, I was afforded the opportunity. The day before yesterday, I was told about GRA's drive-through licensing process. Now, just opposite, at the head of Camp Street, at the junctions of Camp and Lamaha, where you see the big gate there, where there's the GRA place, you could drive in there and you could go and get your road license. Now I drive in. I went yesterday with my partner from Leguan to get a motorcycle registered. I can say the process was fast. When I went there was a little line of people standing, but things were moving apace. So if you gotta get a road license, right, go down to, hello, good morning. Yes, ma'am, how can I help you?
Okay, so there was a bit of NDIA yesterday for weeding and cleaning, which is supposed to be open at 1:30 in the boardroom in front of all the bidders. However, everybody who bid, some of them were there to witness the opening. When 1:30 reached, 2 or 3 of the employees came from the procurement section, opened the tender box, put the bid into the various cardboard boxes, and went away without saying anything. Didn't tell the bidders anything, just left them stranded there. that, okay, they're not opening the bid, you have to go home. So I just want to bring it in here to know what skullduggery took place, because on the bid, clearly specified at one churches, it will be open in the boardroom in front of the bidders. So now you cannot know how many people tendered and what is the amount was tendered for.
Okay, and you were one of the bidders?
Yes, correct.
Please send on WhatsApp copies of your bidding document and I will follow up immediately.
Okay, thank you very much.
Roger that. NDIA, you say?
NDIA. Yes.
Roger that, roger that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so this is what gonna happen. You see the people calling somebody so they recognize this thing. You look out. Don't leave the government to look out for themselves. Remember, this is not about the president. We are seeing the president performing. The president is performing exceptionally. A lot of ministers are performing exceptionally. Right? But nonetheless, problems can happen. Right? This is supposed to be for the benefit of all Guyanese. I'm hearing all kind of different story. So obviously, we know as human beings, if nothing can change much in your life, will you expect to change up at the top? Nothing can change in your life. You ain't build no new house. You ain't do nothing. So it begins with you. And when it comes, like yesterday in the market, a master man left the money. I said, partner, you want like me gonna start being a part of corruption now? Me gonna start take people money. Me gonna start rob people. Me gonna start thief. You understand? Me got money like that. Me been in the market for buy fruits. Me still got a seat. Me could get on good deal. You understand? When me been a Albion, look at that. Look at how Albion was successful. Imagine I've been to Albion to cover farmers market, and when I'm gone there, 10 big tents are empty. People sell out, and everybody else was so happy for that day. So obviously that was a plus for the Ministry of Agriculture. They're doing well in that area. Right? Now while you're there, one man saying he ain't get flood relief. Now my worry with this country is that this government in its bid to please everybody will make this country a handout country. The first thing is, you see the hire car drivers, skilled and hire car, the quarantine hire car drivers want to raise a fare, right? I don't know about the hire car, the Barbies hire car drivers might be a little different in their style and so on, but I tell you, hire car drivers in general is not no easy people to deal with. Now, one of the things when you're giving help to people in a country, who are those people? If they had a flood and a storm, you give to anybody. You understand? But if you're going to come and say, I am entitled to help, do you have a TIN number? Are you a taxpayer? Because you can't be using taxpayers' money to help non-taxpayers. Again, there is the fact that VAT is on everything. So no matter who the person is and where they are, so they got the weeding up top here. By the way, you notice the guy is weeding up top there, right? Nice coconut trees, beautiful, 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 real nice, right? So very important to note is that you, the citizenry, because of the fact there is no opposition. Imagine there's not even an opposition leader as we speak. There's no opposition leader. Because the opposition fights so much within itself, they have failed to fill that void of an opposition leader. The politics, the dirty politics, it seeps into themselves. People don't understand. When you screw up your face and make your face ugly, is you face ugly. Now they play dirty politics and trying to deny one of their own people. What you gonna say here? You move over, you do this, you do, we sit down and agree. But they can't agree on their own things. How can you expect the opposition to agree with the government? And if we don't have or work in unison as a people, we will have and continue to have problems. Guyanese people have to realize there is a need to now manage your own affairs. There is no opposition. There's not a proper function in opposition. They have failed in government, and everybody got a little thing behind their head like, we could listen to these people. What these people ever do? You imagine, the other day I held a program and I was asking, what is one thing that the opposition, when they were in government, what is one thing that they did that would have affected all Guyanese? They took away pensioners' money. They took away school subsidies. They raised 200 odd taxes. They did nothing. They did many things that affected people negatively, but they did nothing that affected Guyanese positively. Imagine that. Nothing. The APNU AFC coalition cannot say with a certainty, cannot say positively that we did this and it affected everybody. You understand? You imagine the first time former President Granger, after being president for 5 years, the first time that he did anything that saw the direct cash transfer from him or his initiating, the first time that he did anything that gave back to people is when President Irfan Ali gave 25,000 to each household. One of those households was Mr. Granger's household. He collected 25,000 and he gave 3 people. Imagine that. He gave his people, and it is as a result of Irfan Ali giving him. It is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. You understand? All you have to say. Now I'm saying this thing, and I am looking, and somebody called me after and said, yes, you should have said, I can't say everything. No, I am asking, can the APNU AFC coalition come and said they did one thing, this one thing that affected all the people positively? By the way, positively, they did things. They raised taxes, 200 different taxes in their 5-year tenure, and that happened in the very early stages. They raised, they had a salary increase for themselves, right? Now these people are to come. Not to say, we are not blaming them for the wrongdoing. They have already done it. I am saying they are ill-equipped and inexperienced. You just come out of government, failed miserably in a government. How can you say, have you looked at the mistakes you've made? If given the opportunity again, who say that you will not fail again? You know, it has to be a mindset. It has to be their mindset. Does not fit in to development. Their mindset does not fit into the, and I can tell you, I've sat and spoken to, you know, many opposition leaders. I recently sat and spoke to Comrade Ramjatan, very positive in what he says, in terms of what he wants for this country and accountability. But nonetheless, this is the same man who sat at a press conference with Cathy Hughes and said they were Russians coming to create havoc as it relates to our elections. This is the same person. These are the same people who, going on to 2 years, have not been able to find their SOPs. A simple document that would clarify many things as it relates to claims of election fraud. It is a widely known fact that the APNU AFC coalition attempted to rig the elections, and it is a PNC attitude of rigging elections. It so happens that the people who are a part of the PNC know nothing else but how to rig elections. They don't know anything else. They've never been taught anything else, because that was the one ideology or one idea of how to hinge and latch on to power. That is what they do, rig elections, because they're underperformers. You believe if you come and give the Indian man money, y'all don't know Indian people, you get the Indian man money, you would vote for APNU. The Indian man wake up in the morning and he getting everything we want, he would vote for APNU. You understand? But the racist attitude, the racist actions cause them to be where they are. All you have to do is be for all Guyanese. Eh? That's all you gotta do, for be for all Guyanese. So somebody's saying garlic is now 1,000. Stop using garlic. And cooking gas is now 5,500 per cylinder. Chicken is $5.50 a pound. Chicken we might be able to do, because feed, again, corn and all these things comes from the biggest wheat growers are in the Russian-Ukraine area. By the way, if y'all didn't know, the biggest wheat producers are in that area. Cooking gas too is from these areas. So the rise in prices for things is a direct result of the war between Russia and Ukraine. Nonetheless, I'm hoping that this government, I know they might be looking at it, but I'm hoping they find some solutions to help. But if thousand, I mean by no garlic, mean by no garlic, mean life in hinge pon garlic, garlic in blood, garlic is not blood. And Jehovah's Witness said them not take blood. Even if them are dead, then don't take blood. Who's you feed garlic at $1,000 pound? I better call the lady and tell she he's out for the garlic. But I'm hoping the other issues the government finds ways and means of addressing them. So for those of you who've just tuned into the Guyanese Critic on my morning live, I am on the East Coast Highway, the new East Coast Highway, and this has to be credited to two consecutive governments, one that initiated the idea and got the financing, and the other that saw it through. But until today, we still got, the only problem we have with this here is the edges of these bridges. When you hit the edge of the bridge here, the bridge there up and the road like it's sinking on the edge. What you going on here? What you hear there where he turn? He decided to take off the road just he jumped the traffic light. Yeah, he just remember when he jumped the traffic light, he want cane juice, and he decided to pull up in front of me. Yeah, we gotta be more sustainable, buddy. But even in your country, because of the fact that you're using stuff, well, there's a good question. Why garlic? Why garlic can be grown in Guyana? But here was the problem: you can't escape prices that rising in the world. Here why how it work. You have a lot to do. Now, first thing, even when you're going to plant, we say we start eating, we ease up potato, we start eating plantain. The plantain does grow by using urea, fertilizer that comes out of Russia and Ukraine. You understand? Or depends highly on the natural gas that comes out of Russia and Ukraine. So no way you're going to escape the effects. But y'all caution, hold, because this is not going to be long. Russia going to run over them just now. Done with them. The Americans done put out and left them in the sass. Ukraine can catch yourself. You understand? The Ukrainian president seems to be a kind of an idiot to believe the Americans are just for themselves and what and when they can benefit. And you never forget that. It's a human thing. It's just like your wife. It's just like your fudging children. It's a human thing. You gotta watch at them and oh, it's a big surprise. You understand? We all did that. Americans is the God-chosen children. No. They're the best at surviving. They understand what's going on. They go into countries, make wars. They keep the world in constant instability that they always benefit from. It's simple as that. You look at the cycle of America. Every new president that comes into America has or takes part in some idea, right, that creates instability in some part of the world that America end up benefiting from. Simple as that. America with Venezuela, America don't care about people. America cares about oil. America strangled Venezuela. You understand? Destabilize the economy, throw the country in confusion. But what? It was never about people. It was never about democracy. America needs oil now. They go back to Venezuela, they get offered Venezuela, and they say come and start selling the oil. Simple as that. And you have to respect that. The American system, it is a system, has evolved past human feelings. That is the trick of it. When you feel, oh, this is wrong, I ain't got none to do wrong, right? By the way, pit stop services is up for sale. The business is up for sale. You can call me on 622-7740 anytime, and you could go and look at the business. It's always jam-packed, cars in and out all the time. It's fully equipped and the most state-of-the-art wash facility and service center. Well, we ain't doing the full services yet, but it's the most state-of-the-art wash facility in this country, right? And if you've got ideas of doing a business or want to do a business and got some money and want to make money, is the, unfortunately for me, because of what we have to do and different projects that come up in my life, there's not one of the projects that I want to continue with. Yes, if you got the time and little money and the energy, there's something. If that make I remember when I first started business, this is a project that I wanted to complete. Because when I had tire shop and so on, I always envisioned having a beautiful service center, state of the art and all those things. So recently when I you know, after the election, I decided I wanted to get back into business in Guyana. I set up that, and this is actually Michael's business. No, but I've convinced him to do other things that will be far more lucrative. But now let me tell you about the business. You gotta go there and see whole day cars is in and out. There's got close out, there's got torn down people. You understand? You get a lot of contracts with different organizations and so on. All of that you'll be able to access. So for those of you who haven't been in Annandale in a long time, this is Annandale Market Road. And I used to live here once. Yeah, the opposition ain't no authority to talk to nobody. Yes, there's a sad excuse for opposition. So when you realize we are left to the mercy of Tiberius, you now have to be cognizant. You have to watch the government. Hello? Hello? Talk to me, brother. Hey, I'm 2 minutes away from you. Yeah, you ain't reach. Which turn? The turn for... Oh, roger that, roger that. I just turned in the Market Road. Safe, brother. Man, call me 10 o'clock for something, 10 o'clock. If I did the home doing my own thing now. So this is Andale Market Road. And I used to live at, actually when Michael was born, that was 23 years ago, we moved over here. What you going on? What you going on? This is a different level of freakiness. Like, drugs has got these banner tripping or something. A man trying to ride a little bicycle, a big long shovel. Hey, I tell you. So, just through this corner here, to the left, the second house, when Michael was a baby, we come and move and that man there used to wash car and so yeah. So just the second house there, we used to call it Navin down. This guy who had a workshop there, and I think it was the modern lab property and thing, Navin. Right? So just right downstairs that we used to live. I can remember we had a water hole. You just got a hole where there's where it's got dip water from. Right? We is here. Yeah. And this is Fat Buy Shop. Let's come here and get things cheap and so. So guys, this morning I got some other commitments. I promised somebody to do something for them. If it's suiting, I'll have photographs and so for you. So yeah, that's it. We gotta watch it for yourself. I don't think the opposition could watch it for you. You gotta watch this government. There's a lot of money circulating, and you got to watch the government. You gotta watch what the government doing. Check, see every road what they do, how we do. Watch what the government is doing. If they say they're gonna do something, follow up with them and make sure they do that thing what they say they're gonna do. This is, by the way, this is the Annandale Secondary School. This is Annandale Secondary School. For those of you who haven't been here in a long time, this is the Annandale Secondary School. Right? Just to give you a glimpse of that. Yeah. So telling y'all, don't while up. Right? Don't worry with them people. They trying to get you for hate the government. And in hating the government, you are not watching to see what these people doing. You gotta watch the people, see what they're doing. So guys, you take care. Peace out.